Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Happens to be Taco Tuesday. I'm Lisa. I'm with PhotoDay. For those of you new to PhotoDay, I'm going to welcome you today. And just some general housekeeping. If you guys can say hi, I see you're all chiming in the chat. Thank you for that. Gets a little lonely doing webinars every once in a while, so I love when you guys chime in over in the chat window. So just to let you know, Wes Green's here today. He's on Team Photo Day too, and he'll be answering any questions that I may not have time to get to as we go along, or how things flow today. So awesome, awesome. Welcome, Christy. New users. I see a lot of new people here today. That's awesome. Hey, Lorenzo. Hey, Kim. Oh my gosh. Lots of new faces. Well, lots of new names popping up. I don't see your faces, so I can't say lots of new faces, right? That doesn't make any sense. So anyway, the point of today's webinar is I'm going to dive into the studio panel so I can show you everything there is to know about the studio panel from start to finish, all the different things that hide in there. So you can set up and use PhotoDay for some upcoming jobs. So I'm here, guys. Do you still hear me? If you guys have problems with connection, you can go ahead and hit the refresh, or there should be a reconnect tab at the top of the screen. So hopefully that's there. Sometimes it has a connection issue right when it first starts, but if you just refresh, that should take care of it. Also, as I'm going along, just know that the chat window and the time that I start and the time that I see your chat pop up, there's like a almost 10-second delay. So it's not that I'm ignoring you, it just takes a little bit for it to pop up in the chat window. I think they have the delay there for a safety feature, just in case things get a little rowdy, but we won't be doing any of that rowdiness today. So, all right, cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Rainer. All right, so today's all about how to photo day from start to finish in the studio panel. So if you cannot hear me, go ahead and refresh, and hopefully everyone can hear me now. So there's a lot of people that joined all at once, so I don't know if that had something to do with it, but I'm just going to dive in and get started here and turn my screen share on so you can see what I'm seeing here in the awesome PhotoDay panel. And I'm going to turn my camera off, so you'll just see me clicking around on the screen, doing what I'm doing. And I'll look over here, just make sure I get all your questions answered. So welcome to PhotoDay, everyone. If you're new, we're really excited to have you here. Leave no question unasked. We love questions. We really appreciate feedback. So feel free to go ahead and give us a shout out on feedback or questions as we go along. If you prefer to communicate in a one-to-one environment, you can always use our support chat, which is the first thing I want to show you today, which is down here in the corner of the screen. And that is where you go and find us in the bubble. So if you need help with anything, you can spark up a new conversation. If you want to, oh, let's see, Pat's having problems here. Refresh, no sound, however, no luck with refreshing. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so sorry. If you can give me a shout out, Wes or Rainer, let me know you guys can hear me, or everyone else can hear me, so we can go, and maybe it's just browser issues. So, oh, hey Barb, welcome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so over here is our chat bubble. It's also our knowledge base. We have lots of support over here for you at any given time if you have questions. And if you want to chat with us on a one-on-one or want to schedule a call, you can do so in this chat bubble once you're in the studio panel. So, and that's there, and we're here 5 days a week and even sometimes off hours. So always go ahead there. We also have a Facebook users group specifically for PhotoDay users. There's a lot of support in that group, not only from us, but also from other studios that are fully utilizing PhotoDay. So if you're already signed up and you're a user, we invite you to join that Facebook users group. There's so much good information and lots of sharing going on in there as well. So first things first, we're going to look at our studio panel, and I'm going to explain a couple things here. So this webinar, just to let you guys know, today, it's going to take me probably the full hour to get through everything. Because there's a lot of things going on in PhotoDay land within the studio panel, and I want you to have a good understanding of all the different functions it can do. Also, I want to make it pretty clear that PhotoDay is a tool, and it can be used in all different ways. We didn't develop this for just one segment of photography. It can be used in all different ways, from youth sports to schools to preschools to dance to mini sessions. We have users using it all different ways. So there's a lot of functionality in here. I'm going to give you some use cases today as we go through this webinar, and hopefully that'll spark some new ideas. But our whole goal here at PhotoDay is to make your life very simple, to take a lot of those repetitive tasks off your plate, and let technology handle it so you can focus on being a photographer, because that's what we all want to do to begin with, right? Who wants to do all that paperwork? That's no fun. And all that image and data management. We want to allow technology to do that for us so you can focus on taking those great images and expanding your inventory. So we'll just start here today in the studio panel. We have sales going on here. We have sales today, sales this week, sales this month. As you become more active in PhotoDay, this will be really exciting for you to continuously log in and check and see what's going on in PhotoDay world. So we show your number of orders here, your gross sales, your total credit sales, and we'll get into this more in a few, but credit sales are basically gift cards. It's what we call advanced pay, and it's our answer to prepay here at PhotoDay. So while we are e-commerce and we're are proofing, but we are also prepay, we just call it advanced pay, and it doesn't cap your sales. It'll show your average order value across all of PhotoDay as well as your total sales. This is my demo account, so I'm sorry it's not super exciting when I'm showing you my personal sales numbers, but I have some orders in here because as even as a PhotoDay employee, when I want to order things and photos of my kids and stuff, I just throw the job up in PhotoDay here and I place an order through my favorite labs. So over here at the bottom of your studio panel, you'll find a shortcut here to all the awesome webinars that we have. We record our webinars, we make them available to you here, as well as the upcoming live webinars. And over here, we have our sales kit. This is something that is really, really awesome. Guys, if you have want to use PhotoDay at no risk to your current business, is what I suggest. I suggest checking out this sales kit here. And I'm just going to jump right in here and show you guys. So I suggest checking out this sales kit and using our resources. It's kind of like your digital playbook. How many of you guys have those printed playbooks from other suppliers when you're trying to go get new business that has like the stock stuff in it, and you're just, you know, a little bit about your company and you're mailing it out or dropping it off to new organizations? Well, this is your digital sales kit, and it's basically getting the organization pumped up about using PhotoDay in their organization as the entire sales and marketing end-to-end process. There's some key points about PhotoDay when you're pitching it for the first time, and that's basically say goodbye to the paper order forms, see your child's photos before you purchase, pick your packages, pick your poses, customize products and gifts, and track your orders right to your doorstep. We feel those are the strongest selling points when pitching this to a new organization that you want to touch on. So we have this flyer, and you guys can download any of this stuff and make it your own, as well as the videos as well. You can download the videos, intro them, outro them, but they're pretty exciting. Over here, we have the marketing kit. The marketing kit is what you use after you book the job, but you want to spread the word about PhotoDay. About Picture Day with PhotoDay. So over here we have templates, posters and cards and banners and social media graphics, and the lingo's the hard part. Explaining what's going on is already done for you. We put the text on it. You guys can download these in Photoshop format, put your logo, your own branding on it, change the colors and make them your own. But we hopefully took out the hard part here and did put what to say on each one of these pieces, so you know how to market your Picture Day. Because the two most important things when setting up your first job or ongoing jobs with PhotoDay. Number one is getting people to connect to your gallery. PhotoDay uses text marketing, and I'm going to show you how that works for them to text an access code that you create to the PhotoDay short code, which is 90738. And then they are connected to that gallery for all future communications, and they continuously drive them back to the cart. The other thing that you have to do and to sell online and be successful is take great images. So we're hoping that when you see the simplicity of the system, you'll have more time to do that. Like I said in the beginning, take amazing images to sell on this awesome storefront, to get those sales, get that participation going, and get those sales rolling in for you guys, and just be able to share more with your customers, that you want to share. So it's a lot easier than trying to get your point across on those paper order forms or maybe other commerce methods. So over here we have our upcoming jobs. They're going to be listed in chronological order with the jobs that are upcoming here on top. And then the latest orders as they roll in. This whole entire studio panel here, studio.photoday.io, it is also mobile friendly, guys. So you can access this information on the fly right from your mobile device or a tablet and check your sales at any time, and even perform some functions like publishing a job and things like that. So I'll show you guys that as well. Also, over here, you have a tour. This tour is just like a virtual wizard. It'll take you through all the key features and setting up your job. In case you don't want to, if you need a refresher course or anything like that, it'll give you the whole tour here. But first things first, we're going to go over here and set up your studio information. So there's some important things over here I want to show you guys. So most of this will already be populated for you when you sign up and create your PhotoDay account for the first time. But you can update it and change it at any time. So over here, this information is shared with your customers. It's on our order receipts. When your customer places an order and they get a receipt, they'll see your website URL as well as your company name. They'll also, in some of the text messages that go out, this information will appear. So it looks like it's coming from you. And they'll also have your email address. So you want to make sure you use a good email address here when you're setting up your PhotoDay account. And just an idea, this is a secret tip pointer. If you're using multiple software platforms this season and you want to keep track of where the customer service inquiries are coming in, you can always create an email just for your PhotoDay orders. You can call it photoday@yourstudio.com, and you'll know every time somebody has an inquiry about an order, what platform it came from. So that's just a shortcut that I've learned from onboarding many, many users over the last couple of years. Over here, the studio address. This is your physical address. Now, some of our partner labs will add this address to your return shipment envelope. So when the labs are shipping direct to your customer, your address will appear. It depends on your lab that you're connected with. Some of them do it differently. Some of them have like a blind ship where it'll just say like photo processing with a PO box that they manage in case something gets returned. It's important to know that all addresses that are being shipped out to your customers when they place their order, they're verified. So we don't have a lot of return shipments going on unless somebody like skips town in the middle in a day or two from placing their order with PhotoDay or something weird like that, or they might leave off an apartment number and then it gets handled from there. But also, another important thing, your physical address here is important because this is how PhotoDay is going to collect taxes on your behalf. So we collect the tax on your behalf. However, we do not remit it to Uncle Sam on your behalf. You guys will have to still do your sales tax, but we make things easy for you guys. And I'll show you what that looks like a little further on here. So you'll want to make sure this address is good. Once you sign up with a lab with PhotoDay, you also can go in here and add more of our lab partners here. So they'll all appear here. We have upcoming lab partners that'll be here soon. Richmond is ProLab is our next lab that we're onboarding here. At some point this spring, they will appear here to be added. So if you're here today and you're interested and you're already partnered with Richmond, just know you can get started, start playing around, setting things up, and then you can always add them to create a price sheet later. So once you have a lab added here, you can create a price sheet for them according to their product lineup with their themes, and then you can assign that price sheet to a job. So you know that all those orders that are coming in from that job are going through that lab back to your customer. Over here, we have your payment. This is where we send your money. So this is pretty important for you guys to set up a Stripe account. Stripe is our only payment processor right now. So you'll want to set up an account with Stripe. It's literally a one-page thing. It's not too scary. You just put your information in there, put your bank account information, you verify that with Stripe, and it'll connect right here. And it'll say connect here, and mine says disconnect because my Stripe account is already connected here. So that's the only one we use right now. So you'll have to connect with Stripe and verify with them so you can receive payments. But don't worry, if you forget that, we will hold your revenue until you connect your Stripe account and transfer all your money accordingly. And with that said, it's really exciting to tell you that your payments to you when your customer places an order with PhotoDay are almost instantaneously. They're as fast as we can process them. You never have to wait for your money with PhotoDay. So you don't wait every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks to get your money. It's basically goes all into your Stripe account, and you can set up the frequency of how that's transferred to your bank account directly with Stripe once you sign up with them. Now, if you're a studio and you have you are paying sales tax or remitting sales tax in multiple states, this is where you would add your additional tax nexus. But if you're only in one state and that's all you pay your sales tax in, you don't have to worry about this part. So that's basically for setting up other addresses so we can collect the appropriate sales tax in different states if you are doing that. With that said, if you are, say, like an operation, you're in a studio in Florida and you only remit Florida sales tax, and say somebody from Georgia buys some photos from you, there will be no tax on that order because there is no nexus there. You don't have one, you didn't tell us you had one, or you don't pay Georgia state sales tax. So we won't collect any tax. So just to let you guys know that information before you get started, because we get that question quite often in support. And then over here, we have logos and watermarks. So I have our PhotoDay logo uploaded here. This goes in two places once you upload your company logo. One, it'll go on the advance pay gift cards. When they're shopping for a gift card, it'll look like it's from your studio name. So you want to put your studio logo there. Also, it goes on the marketing flyers that you create, and we'll get to that here soon too. So it goes on the marketing flyers and on the advance pay credit. So we're trying to pull your branding through as much as possible to keep you in front of your customer. And then over here, we have a default watermark for you. Important things about PhotoDay is that if your customer is shopping in one of our native apps, we have the PhotoDay app for both iOS and Android. So if your customer is shopping in the app, yes, we have the ability to stop screenshots from happening. No matter how hard they try to screenshot it in the app, it's going to return a blank white screen. But however, the tech is just not there yet for mobile web or desktop web. We do have as much disabled as we possibly can, but there are still ways around it. So you'll want to make sure you do have a watermark on your image to protect that. But don't make it too obtrusive. We do have some feedback from customers when there's a big watermark and they can't even see the expression, and your customer gets frustrated and exits the cart. So we have a default one here that you can check that's kind of like optimal. And then you can, if you want to replace this with your own watermark, you can do that and just kind of follow that guideline or that look for the optimal watermark. You can also choose where you want to place it on the image and scale and opacity over here. This section over here called users. This is for use with our PhotoDay Capture app. So over here, I just had to remove one user because I was demoing earlier. So PhotoDay Capture, just a brief description of it, is our answer for like the barcoding or QR coding you may use now with another process to link and provide a private access code. Today's webinar, we're going to be going over group and public galleries. Private galleries and PhotoDay Capture is going to be a whole nother webinar that we will let you guys know when the upcoming is. There's already one on webinars replay page, so if you're interested in that, you can go cruise over there and sign up after this webinar and check it out. So I'm going to go back out to the home screen because that's all the important things we needed to do for to set up the studio to get started. And usually where we start first is in the store, because the store is where we're going to be managing the price sheets, any special offers, and advance pay. Now, when moving your business from like a traditional setting on paper forms to online, there are some things that don't translate exactly the same. And one, as you may or may not already know, is going to be your price sheet. So just want you to remember this today. Don't take your traditional paper printed order form and put it in the PhotoDay world. You're not going to optimize your sales that way. So the way we design packages and products in the online world changes because the way we sell our products change. So in the traditional environment on paper forms, we're selling, you know, that package with one pose that the parent hasn't seen yet, and we're trying to get them to the next level in the package. But when you bring all that online and you connect to your customer, the first thing they're going to see is the image. So we want to incentivize them with different package combinations to allow them to buy multiple images from you at a higher rate, and with that added value of convenience and straight to their doorstep. So the marketing and the product that you sell changes. So that's why it's so important that you have great images in the online world. So I'm just going to give this price sheet a name today, and I'm going to be super creative and call it sports demo. We're just going to say it's our sports demo. And this is where you connect it to a lab. So once you choose which lab you want this price sheet with, it'll open up the door to all of their products. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose Reedy Photo here. And then over here under the markup type, I'm going to choose a fixed percent that everything I add to this price sheet will be marked up. Now, this is adjustable. This is only a starting point. It's like a safety net to make sure that all your products are marked up accordingly, but don't look at this like that's all I'm going to be able to mark it up. It's just a starting point to make sure you're covered here. So when you go into the price sheet, you're going to see a couple different options. It looks very simple, right? There's not a whole lot going on here, but there actually is a whole lot going on here. We just make it look really simple. Our team is really good about that. So I'm going to start with packages. But before I do that, I want to show you the shipping rates, because each lab has a different way that they charge shipping. Now, shipping is paid from the customer side direct to the lab. So you don't like offset the shipping somehow. It is all a flat rate. And each partner lab has their own shipping rates in here, but they're all very, very similar. So you don't have to worry about it skyrocketing too much or changing too much. So this lab, for example, they have the 3 different rates for shipping, but if the lab order is bigger, if there's $10.01 or more worth of lab product in the order, they actually save on this ground shipping. So another important thing to note here is when you're creating a free shipping offer, it's only valid on the lowest tier shipping. They can't use free shipping on overnight. There is no free overnight shipping or free express shipping. It's only on ground. And it tells your customer that. It's pretty intuitive. If they try to upgrade their shipping, it'll tell them it's not eligible for that free shipping promotion. So I'm going to go ahead here and set up some packages. This first package, this is where we forget everything we know on paper form. We'll name it package A. So I'm going to name this one large family package because it's the one that I always use when I'm doing demos. So large family package is here. In the package description, you do not have to put here what is in the package itself. The only thing that you have to worry about putting here is maybe how much money they're saving. Like you can put save $10 by ordering this package. You can put save a percentage. You can put things like a portion of all proceeds are donated to your organization if you're running Picture Day as a fundraiser. Or you can put things like mix and match poses in here. Now, in PhotoDay, there's no differentiation between like a group image and an individual file aside from the visual aspect of it. So don't put this package includes a team photo, because your customer is they don't have to order a team photo in that package. So if you put something like that here, it might cause confusion. They might think the team photo is coming later. They might totally think it's missing whatsoever. So don't put things like that here. Just put how much money they're saving. You know, if you are running it as a fundraiser, draw attention if they can mix and match poses. Those are things we suggest. And we also have some sample packages here. And when you connect to your lab for the first time, you should have some demo price sheets sitting in your account that you can play around with and work from. So now we can start building out what is in the package. So here, our first package, I'm just going to throw, since it's a big family, I'm going to put some 8x10s in. If you notice, I'm adding those 8x10s on separate lines, and the 5x7s, I'm doing the same thing. This is if I want them to be able to order each one of these as a separate pose. If you did not want them to order these as a separate pose, you can do something like this. That's a pack of 2 8x10s of one pose. And you can do the same thing for your 5x7s, a pack of 2 or a pack of 4 5x7s of one pose. So it's really up to you how you're arranging these packages. But remember, we're going off of now inventory of images, and that's how we want to design those packages to reflect, like, how are we going to get them all of their images and have them save the most money. And you're going to want to like tier your packages that way. So hopefully that makes sense. You can also mix and match things like plaques and specialty items and downloads in the packages as well. So you can come over here and add like a keychain to this package if you want. And then you can add, like, say, a social sharing download that they get for purchasing this package. And then when you come down here, if you notice that that markup we set is at 100%. So it's just marking up the base cost, which is the cost of all the lab items here, in addition to the digital download cost. So it's adding what your cost for that package is, and then it's marking it up 100%. But you can go ahead here and change the retail price of this package at any time, and you'll see your markup change. So this is what you're going to sell that to the customer for. So once you save it, it'll take you back out here, and you can then duplicate this package and modify it for another package, or you can just go ahead and keep creating packages. So that's totally up to you here. On the screen also, you will notice our PhotoDay fee. Our fee is 10% of the retail price. So it's what you sell that package for. That is what the PhotoDay fee is. And you'll see your base cost over here. So we're trying to be really transparent while you're setting up the packages so you can see all your costs clearly. You can also do things in here, like make a digital pack. So you can do like pack of 4 digital downloads, and you can put save $5 per image with this package. Something here, you want some marketing lingo to drive into the package. They see that when they're shopping. And I'm just gonna go ahead and add some high-res downloads here. Now, it's important to note, we have 2 different types of downloads. One is social share, one is high resolution. The high resolution also comes with a print release. We say that in the product description. We're trying to educate the customer as best as we can when they're buying this, so they know they're getting a print release, so they're free to print their photos whenever they're ready with that high resolution download. The downloads are delivered to them in their order receipt, and that's after they place their order. Now, the social sharing download, that's going to be 600 pixels wide, but whatever the proportional height is when they download it. So we resize it to be a lot smaller. They can't really even get a 4x6 out of that printed clearly. Also, if you look, when they buy the social sharing download, it says download for sharing on social media with family and friends. Social downloads look great as social posts, but are not meant for printing. A print release is not included, and downloads are not refundable. So we're trying to educate the best we can when we present these products. The high resolution download size is going to be the same size file that you upload the PhotoDay. So whatever you upload, that's going to be the high res. It's the full. We don't resize it at all. We do compress the JPEG to save them space on their mobile devices or tablets or wherever they're downloading to, but we do not change the size of the file itself. So I think that's important to note. So over here, I'm just going to price my download package, save it, and move on. So you can see what that looks like. And now I'm going to build out our print product section. And that's the a la carte section. So some labs have pro units. Those pro units are going to have borders, graphic borders around them. So I'm just going to grab a few products here and add them over on my price sheet so you can see how that works. On the a la carte, you can sell your 3x5s and pack of 4s. If you wanted to not sell just small units here, I don't want the horizontal one. You can remove products, you know, as you want. You can sell your 4x6s and pack of 2s. However you're going to price them accordingly, you can do that here. You can also add specialty items. Now this is all sorted automatically for your customer. Over here and add all these products here. Can the customer download a high-res file to an email address? Lem, good question. When they order a download, yes, the order receipt will have a link for them. It goes to their email, and then they can click on it and download. So I think that answers your question. But clarify, or if I am wrong there, I am sorry. Okay, over here you got plaques. I'm just going to add all these plaques, and I always suggest the same thing if you're doing like the smaller items like buttons or magnets, just to sell them in packs of 2 in the a la carte. It really helps your bottom line and establish that minimum order for you. So I'm going to go ahead and save, and once I do that, all of the products will be here, and now I can start pricing them. So pack of 4. If you guys notice, I'm using charm pricing, and I think that's pretty exciting because we've never been able to do that on paper forms. We could, but making change on site and doing all that math was awful. But charm pricing is a pretty cool pricing strategy that has proven to be effective. So I definitely suggest researching charm pricing as you're pricing your products with PhotoDay. The other cool thing about the price sheet is that you can feature certain products. You can feature up to 5 products. These will appear first to your customer in the storefront. So if you want to draw attention to the Coach plaques or draw attention to magnets, you can. We also have, you can just do it by clicking on the star, and you can do that up to 5 products. We also have popular products. Now, popular products is like the beginning of using those big data analytics, where we're looking at all the things that customers are buying in the PhotoDay world from a specific labs price sheet, labs inventory. And whatever ones are selling the most, we're presenting them as popular products. So we're always putting them up front in front of your customers so they don't have to search for them. They're all right there. So it's just smart marketing. We're starting to use a lot of that in PhotoDay, which is really exciting because we continuously see that building up the order averages. So you can feature up to 5 products here. You can also export this price sheet into an Excel format when you're done, just to double check yourself if you wanted to, or you can just scroll through and check here. But everything's being marked up 100% right now, but just to show you guys one more time, it's really easy just to go down and price your products accordingly. So just make sure that's all priced exactly the way you want it before you attach it to a live job, because once you do that, people will be able to buy them at whatever price you set it at. But the good news is, if you make a mistake at any time on a price sheet and you notice something weird or wonky is going on, and say you accidentally started selling your 8x10s at $3, don't have a heart attack, because you can come into your studio panel really quickly, find that price sheet attached to the job, change the price, and it'll empty everyone's shopping cart if they're still trying to get that deal by mistake, and it'll force them to re-add it with the new price. So we have a little bit of safety net built in for you. But the one lucky person that figured that out before you got theirs for a really good deal. So hopefully that helps you guys. Also, in this section of price sheets, I'm going to go back out to the store because we're done with price sheets right now. I'm going to show you offers and advance pay. So is there a shipping fee incurred if the customer only orders a high-res file? No, there is no shipping fees on any file, so they won't even get that as an option in the cart at checkout. So offers are an integral part of selling online. Don't think of them as a discount to your service. Think of them as an incentive to order more things. So, so discounts and free shipping. Discounts are a little bit more complicated. They have a little bit more parameters, and free shipping is just free shipping. But I'll show you guys this. So the offer name, this is just for your reference. I'm going to name this my spring offers here. And then over here for the offer code, I'm just going to name it spring 10. And my discount can either be a fixed dollar amount or it can be percent. In this example, I'm just going to use a percent to make this 10% off of orders. This is where we can establish a minimum order dollar amount. So you can define when setting up an offer how much they have to spend to be able to use that offer. So you don't have to give 10% off unless they spend $50 or more to get them to that next level of savings. You can also stack free shipping on any discount offer. So can we send in a price sheet and y'all set it up for us? Yeah, I don't see why not. We can definitely help and work with you on that. So you can always check us out in the bubble and coordinate with one of us there, but we'd love to help you with anything like that to help get you going. So over here, the expiration date, works like any other coupon. Once it's expired, it cannot be used. So you can set the expiration date there. Max redemptions. Now this is really cool because if you're doing like a deep discount, maybe for like an instructor that was helping you on a dance photo day, or a team mom that was helping you out there, or a teacher or anybody like that, you can make like a deep discount for them here and make max redemptions. That discount code can only be used one time. This way they cannot share it with anyone else, because that's always a fear when making like that deep discount code. Leave it blank for unlimited if you're doing like whole offers for entire galleries. But with that said, it's important for you to know that offers are global to your entire shopping cart. So everything in your shopping cart, or everything in your PhotoDay account, like all of your jobs, you only have to have one offer marketing plan, and that can be used over and over again with all different jobs. So it makes your life a little easier to manage there. You don't have to do separate offers for each job. So over here, this is where you can toggle on free shipping and stack it on top of that discount that you create if you'd like that offer to include both. And then I will show you the free shipping offer. So it works the same way. It has just one more page because there's less parameters on it, but you can set a minimum order, your expiration date on that free shipping offer, your max redemptions, and create your own code. The offer codes are not case sensitive, so that is something to remember. And as we go along here, I'm going to show you guys advanced pay. Now, advanced pay is a very, very versatile feature. So I could spend all day talking about advanced pay and all the different ways it can be used. But this is how you set up a credit sheet. So over here, I'm just going to name this credit sheet for my spring photos. And I can have up to 4 gift cards. So advanced pay is a gallery status. So you have different gallery statuses. You have draft when you first create the gallery and people can opt into it. You have advanced pay when they opt into it, when they text that code or they visit the gallery, it'll prompt them to start the sales cycle. And then you have published when it's actually on sale and they can modify their packages and put different poses in them and check out. So advanced pay is when you're selling gift cards. It's kind of like the answer. It's like prepay the way it is today, but we call it advanced pay. So if you're using it like that, just to drive the participation and connection to the gallery, you can create different codes. But I do not suggest making these try to match your packages, because these are nice round numbers and your packages are going to have sales tax and shipping and all this crazy stuff, and you're just going to frustrate the customer. So instead of that, I suggest using this more like a deposit or like a session fee or like spend now, save later type of lingo. And all of that is reflected in our marketing kit that I showed you guys at the beginning. To give you ideas. So here my example is I'm just going to set up a $20 credit. You can add text here to help explain to your customer. You can say, please purchase 1 credit per child, or whatever you want to put here. In this case, I'm going to say, in my use case, I'm requiring anyone who wants to be photographed to purchase a $20 credit, and they can apply that towards their package later. It's kind of like your replacement to, you have to have an envelope filled out and buy a package before I take your photo. So hopefully that makes sense. Over here. Chris, there's going to be a replay of this. You'll get emailed the link automatically since you missed the beginning, so you don't have to worry about that. So last but not least in this section, we have promos. This is an exciting part of PhotoDay. So if you already have a lot of jobs going on in PhotoDay, a lot of people are text opted in and connected to your galleries, and you want to take advantage of any upcoming special offers PhotoDay has, outline. We have marketing campaigns set through all the popular holidays of the year. You'll be able to just simply opt your job into any upcoming promos. So it's really a two-step process. You just come in here, throw your jobs in, start the promo, and then you can attach a special offer to it and take advantage of, you know, Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July, Memorial Day, Grandparents' Day. Our most popular one is Thanksgiving, Cyber Monday, Black Friday, of course, and then we have holiday promos. So all throughout the year, we have exciting promos you can opt your jobs into for second sale, which is super exciting. So basically, that's all we have here to get started setting up the store. We're going to go into the jobs. So over here in the job section, I'm going to add my first new job. So I'm going to name it now. We'll go to the next part. Oh, sorry, I have to think about what I'm saying. Sometimes I talk ahead of myself. Okay, so over here, I'm going to name this one. We'll just name it demo job. I'm just not feeling creative right now with naming a job. So this is our demo job. This would be like a league or a school or preschool, anything like that, dance school, connected to an organization. Now you can set up your organizations in advance, or you can add a new one on the fly as you're going along. You can add a new organization. This is just basically the location of where your event's taking place. And then at that location, there could be separate jobs within there. So this is just helping you. It's like a little mini CRM to help you guys keep track. But if you added a new one and you want to come back to this window, you just hit this little refresh button, and then this list refresh and repopulates with what you just added. So you don't have to come out and go back in again. And then over here, you pick your job category. This is still just like a little mini CRM feature. I'm just going to put this one as youth sports. You select your picture day date. We're just going to put this one Saturday, March 7th, and estimate how many people you're photographing, and go ahead and create that job. So it'll bring you into the job dashboard. You can see this job is currently in draft, and this is the exciting part. So now we have 3 different gallery types to choose from. Today's webinar, I'm just going to be going over group and public gallery. Private gallery is like a whole beast of its own. It's got a lot more things going on as far as data setup. But if you guys are looking at PhotoDay for something coming up immediately and you need to learn about private gallery, just let me know, and we can set up some one-on-one time for you to get comfortable with that so you can still use it. But today is just all about group and public gallery. So the only difference between these two is that public gallery has a URL, has a web link that your customer can just click on and get right into the gallery. They still have an access code. That access code is what they use to text and connect to the gallery and get all the notifications, just like group gallery. The difference here is group gallery also has a URL, but they can't get right in. They have to have that code. They have to enter it again to get into the gallery. So I'm going to do a group gallery setting today. This is ideally used at like sports teams or dance studios or anything where you want that extra level of participation, but it's okay if everyone sees other pictures of other people's kids. They're all in class together anyway, or on the activity together, playing in a public field. So where that. So private galleries for when each kid needs their own individual passcode and they can only see their own photos. So hopefully that clears it up. You can customize this gallery link. It'll have a default for you already. And then this is where you can define your access code. So access codes, that's the code they enter in either in the app, on galleries.photoday.io on mobile or desktop web, or they can text that code to 90738 and get notifications about picture day as it comes up and once it's published and to make the sale. So over here, you can customize this code. There's going to be a random one for the sake of demo. I'm just going to put demo 2020. I'm just put an L afterwards because I think I've already used this demo code. You can also set an expiration date on your gallery if you want to expire it. I don't ever like to advise that because I see lots of orders coming in well after picture day, and I never want your sales to stop personally. So I don't suggest this unless you have like some kind of strict deadline for certain events where you can't sell pictures afterwards. So I'm going to go over here and click save. Now, that is all you guys need to do to get started. Once you do that, say if you needed to set up a job on the fly and connect people, you got a last minute phone call. That's all you need to do to get started. You need to take this code that you just made with you and just tell everyone to text that code to 90738. So if you're watching right now and you want to see this live in action, you can take your cell phones out now and text this demo 2020L to 90738, and you'll actually see this all unfold live as we go on the next 15 minutes of this demo. And I published a gallery. So if you wanted to follow along, go ahead and text that now, and the code is 90738. So after we set up gallery access, now it's time to set up our storefront. So over here, I'm going to put this gallery in advanced pay mode because I think it's really important that you guys see how this all works, especially if you're texting that code in to see how this unfolds live. So over here, I'm going to attach the credit sheet that we made. Remember, that was called Spring Photos. And then you can also, there's shortcuts here. If you don't set this up in advance and you're doing it on the fly, there's shortcuts. You don't have to go back and forth. Thanks, Wes, for that. So you can incentivize this offer. So if they buy a credit, you can tie that spring offer that we made, which was 10% off orders 50 or more. And only people that buy an advanced pay credit will get that special offer code, and it's automatically in their cart at checkout. We verify all the advanced pay purchases using mobile verification. So it's very similar to Uber. If you guys have ever used Uber, Uber Eats, you verify your mobile number, and it connects their payment. It knows they bought the advanced payment credit directly to their mobile device, so nobody else can use that credit. So I'm going to set this up for advanced pay here, and then whoops, I'm going to go back to my storefront and attach the price sheet that we made. What did I call that? Sports demo. Now, once I attach a price sheet to my gallery, I'm going to see the, down here, I'm going to see the available themes that lab offers that I made that price sheet for, that'll display to my customer on any themable products. So that means we'll just say this job, we'll just say it's cheerleading. It's a cheerleading job. So that means that there's a set of templates for cheerleading for any memory mates or magnets with graphics, pro border, magazine covers, things like that. Your customers will get to flip through the different designs and pick the design they like best in the cart. So that's what you're going to see. So here I'm just going to pick cheerleading. I'm also going to pick universal for this lab. And then I'm going to go ahead and save it. And then now I'm ready to go. My gallery is set up. I'm ready to start selling advanced pay credits. And I'm going to create a marketing flyer to spread the word. So don't let the word flyer think it's print only, because it's not. I'm going to show you guys right now. So I'm going to name this one Spring. We'll just call it AP. This is my AP flyer, advanced pay. This is what I'm going to send out to my contacts so they can push it out for me to all the parents of the organization for this cheerleading job that I just decided was cheerleading. So over here we have Picture Day. It says get a jump on Picture Day. Purchase a credit now that you can apply to your order when your photos are ready. You can upload any image you want here. However, your logo will be here at the bottom. Remember in the beginning we were setting up the logos. Your logo and your website and information will be here at the bottom. I'm just using my PhotoDay account, so it says PhotoDay. But it gives them instructions. If you're doing multiple picture days, you might want to hide that date. You can put the date up here. You can edit this text if you want. And then it has all the information on here for you automatically. Once you're done designing your flyer, and this really simple tool here, it'll give you different options. So you can download this, have a couple printed on hand to pass out. Maybe nannies are bringing the kids to the event. You want to give it the information back to the parents. You can go ahead and email it directly to your contact at the organization. This here it just gives them an explanation of what this is about. And it also gives you a web link. And then I'll show you that web link right here. It creates it as a URL or a viewable web page that when they click on it, it gives them all kinds of instructions on what to do to go get to their picture day information. So you get 3 different things with the flyer creation, which makes it really easy to share that out with the contact. So how do you know that your contact actually shared? Well, that's awesome. You can go into your insights here in the job. And now I can start seeing all those people that are texting the opt-in codes right now. and your information. So you can see that live. So you can make sure your information is being shared right now. And then if they are making purchases, which you're not right now because gallery's in draft mode, you'll see that happening here in your sales. So what I want to do is I want to notify everyone that's opted in. This gallery is now in advanced pay mode. So I'm going to set this job to advanced pay. Once I do that, everyone who's opted in will get a text that the gallery is now ready to buy a credit. So no, Brandy, the parents don't have to buy credits to purchase a package. This is completely optional, up to you. So you don't even have to do advanced pay if you don't want. I just strongly recommend it because it really helps with participation, especially in the online sales environment, for you to get that skin in the game prior to doing all the work and all the post-processing and uploading and organizing these awesome images with just the hope that somebody's going to buy something. So pre-sale, I think, is a very important part, and that's where advanced pay comes in. You can ask just a little bit of money, so you can do that. So is contact in text only, or can I do text and email? Kim, right now, everything we do is only in text marketing. And to answer your question, Jeff, that is one thing that we do different than ShootProof currently is we use text to connect versus email because people are always on their mobile phones. And just think about all the unread emails you have according to all the unread text messages you have. So we're using text to communicate and attach people to the galleries with hope of higher sales conversion for you. So it's getting people to text that code becomes a very important part because, as you can see, it starts that entire sales sequence. So now everyone's texted in, people are making advanced pay purchases. I can even see the amount of people that click the link after we deploy the text to shop for advanced pay credits. You can also require them. I didn't show you guys this. I totally should have. But in that job, under settings, you can actually require the customer to have to put the name of the person being photographed at the time they purchased a credit. So you can kind of keep a running list on who purchased a credit for what subject that you're photographing. And then also one more thing I want to show you in here is the gallery access. Oh, no, it's job details. Sorry, it's under job details. But here you can turn on and off different search options. So if it's a big gallery and there's a lot of photos and you don't want to show all the search options, you can turn off view all photos, and your customers will be presented with two options to find their photos: face find and tags. So I'm just going to go ahead and save that setup and upload some photos. So picture day happened. Now it's time to add some photos to this gallery. I'm going to upload some folders because I want to show you guys how this works. So I have a main, you guys can't see my pop-up screen, but I'm going to go ahead and upload, but if you have a folder structure, say it's the league name, and then inside there's all the team names in the folders that you've sorted, and you upload that main folder to PhotoDay, it'll translate all those folders with respective images into what we call tags. It's just a different way for mom and dad to sort and find their files if they don't want to use Face Find. Face Find's definitely the coolest part of PhotoDay, but it's not required. You can always have them search with view all photos or tags too if they're not comfortable. The other way you can pull in data automatically is with Lightroom keywords. So if you were using Lightroom in post-processing and you add keywords to groups of images, those will translate as tags. For this case, I'm just going to put ignore here and upload my 9 photos, which might take a few minutes, but I can talk in the process. So over here, when we're uploading photos to PhotoDay, 2 things are going to happen. It's going to upload to the PhotoDay cloud. It's also running Face Find in the background. So it's creating that data map of every single face you upload here. And we use Face Find in all different places within PhotoDay, which makes it really cool. So for those of you not familiar with computer vision, basically what it is all those things that you use your eyes to do and match pictures to images, and when you're finding things and trying to put them in certain places, we have trained Face Find to do for you. So over here, I uploaded a bunch of pictures. Here's like a picture of me in here because I was demoing some other things earlier. But as you can see, the 2 folders inside my folder, cheer and dance, they're automatically coming in as tags. You can also tag while you're already in here if you wanted to add another level of tagging, or you can just leave it as is. So that's totally up to you. So basically what it did is it did face find on all these images. That makes it easier for when the parents go to find these. It makes it really fast. So if I wanted to add additional tags, I can just grab these 2 images. When I select them, I can tag them and say I'm going to tag them as the teams and update. And now they have another tag to sort from. Oh, let me refresh my screen so you guys can actually see that. Boop. All right, well, that didn't take. Maybe I did it wrong. Let me do that again. Here, tag, team. I probably clicked off and didn't click create team. And then update. That's what I did. Okay, so now you'll see the team tag over here. Lisa, you can most definitely make your credits a required purchase. It's all how you can communicate that prior to your event. And we do have many users who do require the credit up front before they do all that work. So I've tagged here, and what else do I want to show you in here? Oh, I want to show you, like, say if you don't want to sell team photos as downloads, you can select those teams. You can come over here to options and you can disable digital downloads on those too. So they can't buy downloads of team pictures. We had that's a popular feature request we were able to add in for the users. So once you have your gallery all sorted and say you don't want this photo in here because it doesn't really belong, I'm going to delete it out. You guys don't have to look at my mug shot there. And I'm ready to publish so parents can view and purchase. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go ahead and publish this job. Now, important things about publishing, because this is where text marketing takes over. When you hit this big blue button that says publish job, you are going to text everyone that's opted into the gallery that it's ready to go on sale. So don't do this when you're burning the midnight oil and it's like 2 a.m. because I know a lot of you guys are guilty of this because I was once there too. Don't publish your job at 2 a.m. because you're going to text everyone at 2 a.m. and they're not going to see it because they're probably going to be sleeping and it takes the whole excitement away. So you want to publish during normal business hours or when you're available to help your customer just in case they have a question or anything like that. So once you publish, everybody gets the text message. And now they can start shopping and buying photos. So that is where it takes off to a couple other features in this panel that I want to show you. So I'm going to go back over to Insights and back over to the sales. And now I see like more unique views are happening. The gallery's building, and it's really cool to see all your sales coming in here once that happens. But I'm going to go out here. So once all your sales are done, and you need to pay sales taxes or write a commission check or anything like that, that's when you visit the reports section. So you have two different places where you're going to see reports, but the tax detail and for your financials or when you're working on your P&Ls, they're going to be here in the reports section. So under the reports section, this is where your detailed reports are going to be. You can filter it here by month and you can export the details. When you click on a month, it's going to break it down even further on what those amounts were or what those purchases were. So you're going to have full details here. When you export, it'll be a CSV file that shows all of the information that you need to remit tax. So we are collecting taxes, all different rates. So if there's a city tax or a surtax or anything according to your nexus and the customer's delivery destination, we're going to collect that tax accordingly for you and report it the way you need it to sort it for accounting, to remit those payments and count all your numbers. So all that here is done for you, and you can query that and export as a CSV as you need to. So I'm going to go back out to the home screen because I don't know if I forgot anything, because I feel like we got 2 minutes left, really 1 minute left. And I want to make sure I went over everything possible. So if you guys have questions, now's the time to holler out at me. If not, you're just excited to get started and just dive all in. Just know you can sign up for PhotoDay if you haven't already. Dive right into the studio panel, start uploading and playing around with it. PhotoDay is completely free. We do not have subscription fees. So you can get right in and start testing it out right away with your customers to get feedback. The only time we make money is when you guys make a sale. That's when we take our commission fee. And that's the only time. So we are directly tied to the success, your success with PhotoDay. So, oh, and I have other important things for you. So let me go over back to my slide presentation, because next things next is upcoming webinars. So there's a lot to go over when moving your business online. And one of those things is marketing online, like a successful marketing plan, what matters most. So on February 25th, I'm doing our Kick-Ass Marketing in an Online World. It's an hour, a full hour, and I'll show you guys all the tips and tricks that you need to successfully market your studio in an online environment and convert those views to sales. Al, that is a great question. I actually have a blog post that we did on pricing psychology, and it does give you a tidbit into charm pricing over on our blog. Maybe Wes can find that blog link for me and post it in this chat window so you have it. But there's a whole post about it to help you out with exploring how to price your products up in PhotoDay. And this question is, if we have a shoot that spans over multiple days, does that change anything we need to do? Sort of. So if you're doing advanced pay, since advanced pay is a status of the job, once you publish it, nobody else is able to make advanced pay credit purchases. So in that case, you'll want to either pre-sell advanced pay well in advance to make sure everyone has a date with a firm cutoff date if the shoot dates are spaced further apart. If they're close together, like if they're days apart, I would just keep the gallery in advance pay until you execute day 2 or day 3, then publish to gallery. It gives them all a chance to do that advance payment early. So that's really the only thing you need to worry about. Now, if the dates are spread out further apart and you can't do advance pay back and forth, you can always request, we do custom decks for our users to help notify the parents who'd opted in that there are more photos have been uploaded to the gallery. So you can also ask us there in the bubble at the bottom of your corner of the studio panel for a custom text to notify everyone that more photos have been uploaded. So we're more than willing to work with you on that as well. And Al's question is, Face Find works for tiny faces and a big group? It will. If you're doing a group photo, it's going to be dependent on 2 things, Al. One is going to be dependent on the clarity of the professional photo. If that's clear, if there's enough face detail in there to marry it to the face that the person, the customer, uploads. So if they're searching for Face Find and they upload a bad image that's blurry or bad lighting, it's not going to pick up enough detail. It's not going to make enough of a equation of that face, like a math equation of that face, because there's not going to be enough detail there to marry it to the other photo on the other end. So it's really dependent on those 2 things, but it does work very well. One thing I didn't mention too, Face Find actually also works in the shopping cart itself. So if your customer searches with Face Find and they're building out their package on that end, it will also run Face Find again and present them when they click change image with similar photos that they found their faces in. So buddy shots, sibling shots, group shots, take all the photos you want because it's going to present to them in a way where they can continuously add to their cart. So I always suggest that as well. How many pixels should we upload? That is a great question. So PhotoDay has a 15 megabyte file limit. Really don't need a 15 megabyte compressed JPEG file for anything you're ordering in PhotoDay, because we don't sell billboards PhotoDay. So 15 megabyte JPEG, that's compressed, right? So most JPEGs, even after you run through like compositing and things like that, are probably going to be 4 or 5 megs at the most. If they're anything more than that, probably because whatever application you're using is saving that metadata in the file, so you can go back and correct it later. What if? So I always recommend either saving as a web JPEG because it strips out that metadata without the compression, or just running it through some type of third-party software to trim out that extra metadata out of your file size if you run into that. But with all the fancy tech we have going right now, 15 megabyte compressed JPEG file. So that might be a 50 meg file by the time you open it up. So I hope that makes sense and I didn't confuse anyone. So if there are no more questions, I'm going to get some much needed water because I just rambled for entire hour. And I thank you guys so much for tuning in today and learning all about PhotoDay. And if there's anything else I can help with in the meantime, or one of our other team members, just feel free to chat with us in the bubble. Like I said, I'm more than happy to set up calls with you, appointments, anything like that. And don't forget to join our Facebook PhotoDay users group, because it's a really great resource for you. Everyone sharing their experiences and all that good stuff for you in the users group. So make sure you're a part of that Facebook users group. Kimberly, yes, we'll get a link for a replay. And thank you guys so much. I'm excited to have you on board. Welcome to the PhotoDay family. Welcome from us. I'm excited to start working together. So I hope you guys have a super successful spring season, and see you next webinar. Bye.